Good day, everybody. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here. If you are new, thank you for coming and checking us out. And if you're an older subscriber, thank you for subscribing and being here with me and on this journey that we've been taking. Thank you for your likes, shares, subscribes, comments and donations. It's all been very, very, very appreciated. Yeah, let's get on with it. Holy Ancestors, Holy Spirit God, Holy Spirit, Holy Jesus, Holy Angels, thank you for protection, our protection, my collective's protection, during and after our readings. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. All negative energy projections will be returned to sender or dissolved into the ether and deemed ineffective as the Holy Spirit deems fit. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for keeping us protected. And thank you. And please give us a clear and concise message for our collective. What do they need to know today? What does the collective need to know? Please, Holy Spirit, please give us a clear and concise message. And thank you, please, and thank you. Okay, let's start here. Okay, we're going to go with the Queen of the Moon Oracle today. Start with this and see what comes up. Okay, Holy Spirit, Holy Ancestors, I've got please only take what resonates. Don't make anything fit. If you resonate with this reading, any of my readings, yeah, only take what resonates and leave the rest. Don't force anything, you know. And yeah, none of my readings are premeditated. There is no preconceived ideas of anything that I may be, you know, some people think that I'm here to promote a specific narrative, but that isn't the case. The readings come out just as they come out, you know, as the Holy Spirit presents them. It's not manipulated, it is not scripted. It is just as it is, okay? So there is nothing preempt. 24, protection. Know, collective, that you are protected at this time. Yes, you can relax. You are in hermit mode or in a incubation stage, and just know that you are being protected by the Holy Spirit. So see how this bird here is carrying the nest. And there we are, the collective, you know, like getting ready to, yeah. This is like an incubation period of cleansing, you know, and rebirthing. So we're getting ready for a new birth. And just know that you can relax and sleep and just be and not have to worry about any negative projections, right? Like, because you've been protected here by the Holy Spirit. And that's that bird carrying the nest, right? Okay, creation. So there is, yeah, this is like a new, yeah, so this is like a manifesting period, you know, like, it's almost like I'm getting like, you know, like say, you know, like you got the little bird in the egg, and it's almost like God collecting up all these pieces of intentions, like, and putting them all together to create a whole. So it's like, and I'm just seeing, like, this sounds really weird, but I'm just seeing somebody injecting different things into an egg. So I don't know, somebody might be developing something, but taking, and I keep getting like, I'm hearing DNA. This could be like the mixing of all the DNAs. It could be like about, but it's almost, it's an artificial type thing, but I don't know if it's like showing me this in like this artificial way with like, I just heard artificial insemination, but you know, like the injecting into this egg all these different bits of DNA to create whatever it is. Now I don't know whether this is actually, it's like copying God and the way God puts things together, or whether this is something a little bit more, you know, like somebody wanting to be God, you know. I'm seeing there's a burden, there's something here that's been carried. But you know, like the way the DNA has developed across the globe, and you know, like everybody is a piece of everybody else, you know what I mean? Like none of us are just one bloodline. There's many bloodlines within everyone. So everybody's a piece of everybody else, if you know what I mean. Just different variations of all the same bits. Just don't blame me how this comes out, but it just comes out as it does, right? We've got blossoming, so something is blossoming. So yeah, this is something that is blooming, like. So this is a creation. Oh look, and we've got 33. So that 33 is the ascended masters. Or somebody is an ascended master, is blossoming right here. So it's like somebody blooming and blossoming and about to, you know, this nest is going to land, and then it's going to land somewhere. So it's something about landing from outer space or something, and then being planted on the earth and then blooming, or possibly some other planets, because this is giving me like bits and pieces from different places, is what I'm hearing. So it's like all her, see all the skirt here, and there's all these different flowers, like her dress is made up of all these different flowers, and you know, like it's not just one type of flower, it's a whole lot of different, and they're going to bloom and project this light. So this, it's almost, and it's frequency, it's music, right? Let there be light, and God spoke into existence everything, and then it came in as light. So this is something to do with creation, right? Manifestation. Like what is it that one is manifesting at this time? Because we're co-creators with God, right? It could be something to do with music and frequency. Light frequency, color frequency, because that could be art, music. That's how we manifest, right? At first there's an idea, and then it's created into music or art or written word, and then it comes to light, you know, like it comes to light, see, and then it is projected out. So yeah, so this bringing together of all these different pieces could be like music, you know, like different types of music coming together, you know, and then you get a different genre. All these different genres all come together and create a new one. And the same as like when you get all these different colours and whatnot and you put them together and it creates another colour. That kind of thing. The self-reflection at the bottom of the deck. So somebody might be actually looking back into their DNA perhaps, and this is what this self-reflection is. You know, where did I come from? Like, what is my ancestry? Creation. And there's the blueprints, you know, the written blueprints and all the scrolls of where all the bloodlines have come from. Like, because wow. So Spirit, like, the last few readings been about bloodlines, right? And DNA. So interesting. Where are we going with this? Where are we going with this, Spirit? Okay, so growth. Wow. Look, and there we are, growing on our planet. See? Growing into this beautiful big tree with the roots all over the world. The roots are all over the globe. See, this is what I'm getting. This is a mixture of everybody. Because we do have a bit of a problem at the moment, don't we, with immigration and things like that. I don't know whether this is something to do with that. We have abundance. And she's giving me that like Irish redhead type. Somebody could be like redheaded or can be Irish or from Ireland. Not necessarily, because we're talking about global here, but maybe there's something that is you know, like that could have been like an original seed or something, like that spread, or I don't know, like what? One of. But with the growth and the creation and the blossoming of all the different seeds, DNA strands is bringing abundance. So is this a message, Spirit, of tolerance of one another, because we are all of the same? The unexpected. So somebody might be like getting some sort of unexpected news about their ancestry. This is what I'm getting. That's kind of interesting. You know, like none of us can say, oh, we are just this or just that, because no, we're all of the whole globe, but not even just the globe. I'm getting like universe, you know, this is like space. And why wouldn't it be, right? Why do we think that we're just isolated on this one little wee planet? How can just all of the universe just contain one planet with us on it? And we're, you know, like, where did the, I don't know, but we've got nourishment here and we've got balances in reverse. So, nourishing the earth. It's out of balance. Okay. So with all the diversity in humanity across the planet, the nourishment has become out of balance. The earth's nourishment. And this earth's nourishment here is giving me the egg, you know, what sprouts from the earth. And so it's like the earth is the egg. And did I not say, like, God injecting into the egg all these different seeds or DNA strands or something like that? And then nourished with, like, you know, food and water, and see, this is giving me this nourishment from the moon. See the water coming off of the moon, nourished by the whole universe. But we're getting this balance in reverse, right? And see, this is the cycles, and the moon cycles going around the earth. You know, this is like Mother Earth, right? With the moon going around, but see, it's in reverse. So something's out of balance on our planet, and something to do with the cycles are out of alignment. The cycles, the moon cycles. Maybe it's something to do with the calendar, is what I'm getting. And we've got brain fog here. Yeah, so the nourishing of the planet is out of balance, and it's something to do with the cycles and the calendar. Like, but is there a calendar? Like, I don't know about you, but for me, I don't even pay attention to the date, and not unless there's something that I really have to do or something on a specific date. It's the only time I really pay attention. I just go with, you know, daylight and night, and you know, like, but I do pay attention to the cycles of the moon. You know, like when to plant, when to, you know, nourish, when to water, you know, that kind of thing. I don't really, I don't follow you know, like the human or the perceived, I don't know how to word it, like calendar, you know? It's out of whack anyway. Yeah, there is a whole story on that, you know, like the changing of the calendar and all that, but I don't know. I don't remember how to explain all that. So if you want to research that, you can, like, because, you know, I mean, you've got the Mayan calendar and other calendars, and but I can't explain it. I just know that we're in, you know, and there's all reasons for that to be, has been changed, and all sorts of reasonings behind that, but, you know, you can go and research that yourself. But, all right, so let's get into this, what we've got. Action. So lights, camera, action. Somebody's saying. Okay. What do we need to know? Spirit, Holy Ancestors, please give us a clear message. So okay, so something is going on to do with growth, creation, bringing a whole lot of something together to create one specific thing. So this could be a whole lot of ideas that the collective has, and it could be accumulating even a book, you know, like somebody could be like bringing all these pieces of a story together, right? Like compiling something. And then it's going to bloom into some sort of creation. It could be something to do with like self-reflection. So somebody could be actually writing their own history or writing their own story. Or it could be like a manifesto, you know, like creating a manifesto of what we want to move with in the future, because, you know, I mean, shit, that's what the Bible is too, right? It's a manifestation. It was a manifesto. So yeah, who wrote, yeah, so let's have a look at the writings of the narratives, right? So this is something, the writings of the narratives. This could be like the writing of the history, the writing of the gospel, the changing of the calendar. You know, I don't know where we're going with this, but we're going somewhere, obviously. Two of Wands is in reverse, so what is this, Spirit? So something may have been sabotaged. Some burdens may have been lifted for somebody here, and what somebody was longing for, there may have been some sort of burdens lifted from someone. So this whole compiling of some sort of narrative, what somebody was longing for is reversed. Somebody's changed their perspective, perhaps. With protection here, with the Four of Wands, this stability. Somebody's stability is protected, and I feel that somebody is being protected in a place that is allowing them to compile their narrative or their manifesto. Interesting. Because the Five of Swords is here, so something's been like relieved, or you know, like some sort of burden has lifted from somebody so that they can blossom, so that they can do something here, whatever it is, like somebody putting something in the egg, you know, like, I don't know, whatever it is for you. And this could be something different for all of us, right? And we have the Wheel of Fortune, so that's giving me the egg again. This is turning in someone's favour. Something is balanced and protected. I'm getting. It's giving me the balance of nature, or the, you know, like, yeah. It's bringing the Wheel of Fortune for everyone. And abundance, because we've got the abundance card here. And the animals and the birds and the water, and this is like the balance of nature. Protection. Okay, so here we have something to do with the protection of the balance of nature. Two of Wands in reverse. With this longing in reverse, this is like also giving me somebody is not longing to protect the balance of nature. So the balance of nature could, didn't I say them? The balance, yeah, of nature is out of balance, and some protection may be at risk here. Somebody is not longing for the protection of the balance of nature. Guard down. Blossoming. I'm getting divine intervention though. Blossoming, clarify. The blossoming. The weighing up of the costs. The weighing up of the costs. Yeah, wow. Of the resources, like the food. This is the food chain here. See how this bird has got the scales there and weighing the fish? And this is to do with the cost. What is the cost of not protecting the balance of nature? What is the cost of not protecting the balance of nature? Somebody might be just worrying about their pocket, and this is a lot to do with the past. past indulgences, or like past, this is giving me, you know, like all the food and the resources and, you know, like the abundance here. And with the past, or the family, or the nostalgia, somebody's, so this is coming with blossoming abundance. The past was blossoming with abundance, is what I'm getting. Interesting. So someone's weighing that up. You know, like, okay, so somebody's weighing that up. Somebody might be writing a book about the balance of nature or something. Putting something together. Somebody's putting something together from history. It's like the balance of nature. I just heard, The Unfortunate Truth. That was Al Gore's book, right? The Unfortunate Truth. And the way, The Unfortunate Truth was all about, the imbalance and all that sort of stuff. But it was like a scaremongering tactic to usher in a new era of production, and the way it was like an illusion, you know, like, I won't go too much into that, but it was a strategy to get people to accept certain things. So this here is looking at the balance of nature, and somebody might be compiling some sort of information about that, aside from what I was just saying about Al Gore. This is something else. This is something new, because this is just blossoming. This is just coming. There's some sort of strength. Wow. So there's a strength here, and we have the Ten of Pentacles, which is gold. It's money, or it's abundance, or it's family. It could be the family lineage that was coming out. You know, like the splicings of the DNA to create. I don't know how gold is formed. I don't know why that's a thing, but Knight of Swords in reverse. Something is not coming. Clarify this Ten of Pentacles, please. High Priestess. I'm not sure if that was supposed to come out in reverse. It's coming out sideways. So it's in reverse. So we have somebody here in reverse. This is a magician, a High Priestess in reverse, which is a feminine magician, feminine energy, reverse High Priestess. This is like a witch. But this is not in the ways of good intention, because she's reversed. They're not getting a new beginning with the Ace of Wands in reverse and the Knight of Swords in reverse. So this could have been somebody manipulating the balance of nature. This High Priestess could be coming out. This could be like, it was for the money, right? Gold. That was the focus, the money, the cost, weighing up the cost, weighing up the somebody could be like being audited, like, in a way, like, but this is sort of like on a global scale, like, well, this whole story could come down to the micro as well, so the macro and the micro in this storyline. Well, it usually always is like that, right? But this is giving me there could be this auditing, like somebody not longing to balance the balance of nature, right? Somebody just wants to worry about the economics of everything. Well, we know that that's the way that the globalists have been running things, right? But this is not sustainable. It's out of balance. because this is just using up all the resources for personal gain. Why are we getting this message? So creation. It's sort of like something that's been blatantly obvious for a long time, isn't it? Creation. Somebody holding back creation, holding back life. Yeah, it's stifling like the natural law of growth. What was I talking about yesterday? I was talking about the seed and hybridizing and genetically modifying. Right, okay, so this is obviously a connection to that story, but take it as it resonates. This can actually be happening in somebody's micro level narrative as well. Creation. Knight of Cups. So we have a Knight of Cups here that might be wanting to collaborate with someone here with the Two of Cups. And they may be coming to bring somebody some ideas or express some sort of love of creative ideas. They want to come, somebody wants to come together with someone to be productive. But we have a Knight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck in reverse. Clarify this Two of Cups. Page of Swords. This could be somebody that somebody does not know, right? Or somebody might be coming in with some sort of apology or something, saying they didn't know something. Somebody's been exposed for something, the moon, somebody's work is being seen, and somebody's going through a tower, and they're at a crossroads. And we have the Four of Wands, and then the Sun. And someone's got their dark guard down, so somebody's been seen to be balanced. It's shocking somebody, because they may have cut this person out. Okay. Somebody could have cut somebody out in the past for whatever reason. Somebody's work. So somebody's going to give you, somebody's shocked or something here about somebody's work. They've been seen. So it's come out of the dark. Something's come out of the dark, and it could be that somebody's been seen as the High Priestess in reverse, this dark energy that had no desire to balance the balance out environmental protection, or so going back onto the macro level, the environmental protections were actually lessened, or they were taken away. So all protection laws that were in place for environment were taken away in favour of economic. So the sustainable, can I name it here? The sustainable, I'll just say this, a sustainable agenda, global agenda, was promoted, right? In such a way that it was called sustainable development. Sustainable development didn't necessarily mean the sustainability of the environment, and nature. It, in fact, released the laws for, or lessened the laws for environmental protection, and moved those more towards economic protection. So as long as, this is on a global level, right? As long as a piece of environment was economically sustainable, so the focus was all about the economics. So however that piece of nature is managed only comes down to economic value. So it cannot just exist as a balanced nature resource, being that just by existing it is sustainable to our planet for the entire existence. The need for, so any natural piece of environment is not valued just to be, right? It had to be able to generate some sort of economic value. Therefore, this is why, like there was, even the pieces that have been, or to a degree, protected in national parks, that sort of thing, were taken up. But those areas had to be sustainable in such a way that it brought tourists to bring some sort of economic value to it. Otherwise it is just not viable and therefore open to be exploited for industry. Okay. Shit. So this is something here that is being seen, right? And so now, because this has been recognised or spoken about somewhere, maybe this is something that somebody is compiling. This could be information that somebody might be compiling to bring to the forefront of the globe somehow. I don't know. But something's been recognised and somebody has been, somebody that somebody doesn't know, or this is like bringing the knowledge. Somebody wants to partner up with somebody to bring the knowledge to the forefront. It's something like that. Or some sort of knowledge. And this could mean anything for the collective, right? So this is one of those narratives that is more than just one. You know what I mean? Like this is happening, like say somebody's doing that here, right? Compiling a whole lot of information about that. Then somebody in the next state might be doing the same thing, and somebody in the next country, and then, like you've got someone placed everywhere that is bringing this information to the globe as compiled, as a compiled collective, right? So each one of the collective has their piece about wherever it is they exist, and then somebody's coming towards someone to compile all the collective into one, right? To present to the globe. This is pretty full on. Goodness. And this is giving me like the collective co-creating with God. See this person sitting in there, contemplates like she's having a conversation with the Holy Spirit, or God, or the universe, however people interpret that. There's the scrolls, there's the information, the documentation. So somebody's compiling documentation to present to the globe. Wow. But somebody's going to approach someone. But this could be somebody for everybody in the collective that has got this type of information. And this is going to bring growth back to the planet. Proper, real growth, not just economic growth. Yeah, somebody's walking away. But what are they walking away from? Somebody may be walking away from the darkness. So somebody might be realizing that they were a part of something, and they're walking away from that. Eight of Cups, clarify. Yeah, the Page of Cups. Oh, we've got a King of Pentacles. So this could be somebody that wants to bring this offer, because we've got the Knight of Cups, and now we have the Page of Cups. A King of Pentacles is walking away. They might be offering something. This is somebody who's offering, wants to partner with somebody that's got some sort of knowledge. And they're walking away from addictions or, whatever it is that this is. That could be the addiction to the money, the resources, and the means necessary to gain them, with all this blood in this river and this chained piece of nature, this bird chained and the blood in the river. So somebody might be actually, somebody might be walking away from that desolate way of operating and coming to communicate with somebody or collaborate with somebody because they don't have this knowledge of that nature's wheel of fortune, or they don't have that sustainable knowledge, So they might be walking away from this toxic way of being, and not just way of being, but toxic land management. And they might be offering something to partner with someone. But at the bottom of the deck, we do have a Six of Wands in reverse. But anyway, let's have a look. We've got growth and then abundance. Clarify this growth and abundance. And look, the star. And look how all that's beautiful fresh water that's giving me the stars, like working with the stars. Somebody could be working with the stars, and that could be the cycle, the moon cycles I was just talking about. This could be the type of knowledge that this person wants to collaborate with. Knight of Wands in reverse, but somebody is not passionate about something. So somebody could be just a bit lukewarm about partnering with someone here. But it is about being, well, they're not really passionate about it. They're not sure here, but we've got growth and abundance here. So, yep, somebody's moving fast now. We've got the Knight of Swords. So we've got two knights, one in reverse and one in forward. That's funny. Oh, I'm going to run out of battery. Just a minute. So this is like one step forward, two steps back type of thing with these two knights. All this could be like loggerheads here, look. It's like they're about to ram each other in the head. Somebody's dispassionate. And this is interesting. Somebody's moving in quickly and somebody is dispassionate or lukewarm. This could also be like loggerheads, like I was saying. Look at that. Yeah, it's like there's, so this is like two energies going in two different ways, like they're not, yeah, it's like two different opinions, like, or two, they could make an actually good balance, right? It could be like a bit of this and a bit of that sort of thing. I'm not sure, not something, or somebody's moving forward quickly, but in the dark, in the background. Could be towards somebody's stability. This is looking a little bit. Okay, so yeah, somebody's moving towards somebody in the background that somebody doesn't know about, right? Because then we've got the unexpected here. So there's abundance and then it's unexpected. So there could be unexpected abundance, but I'm not sure. Or this is some abundance coming, but it's coming in an unexpected way. What is this? Oh, my shoulder. Damn. Ooh. Is this the police coming? Because we've got prison here. Unexpected prison? What? An emperor? Bad investment? Did that supposed to come out in reverse or the upright? No, it's upright. Unexpected prison? Well, this could be an unexpected bond. You know, like binding to something. It could be a binding contract, or someone wants a binding contract. Or someone's in their head about a bad investment. Or they think they're bound to a bad investment. They're not heartbroken, but they feel bound. And then we've got the Page of Pentacles. They don't, okay, so yeah, so, right, gotcha. So, talking about environment, landscape, resources, economic value here. This person, this emperor, who could be coming towards the collective, or the person, or the collective people that have the knowledge for this balance of nature, he's in his head because he's stuck in that mindset of the economic value of nature, not understanding or appreciating nature as being valuable just as nature is, like for bringing us oxygen and peace and you know, like brings the natural resources as it is created by God. It brings those natural resources without it having to be managed. So therefore, the economic value, like, because this person obviously has managed things in such a way of what had been promoted to the farming industries, because we were talking about the seed development and that kind of thing too, with genetically modified seeds. So this person could be a farmer or something. And they're just going, well, this is just going to put me right back into the Page of Pentacles. You know what I mean? So they're resistant. So this person's in their head about this. So why? But what was unexpected? This lukewarmness. There's no burden. And maybe that's where they just couldn't see it because they were so entrenched in the doctrine that they might be listening or seeing something online here. Oh, the lovers. This is giving me the lovers here. This is like harmony with nature. That's what that was giving me. And they might be watching something online. So there's a Queen of Wands here. This could be a business woman. And then we've got deception. So the Queen of Wands here could be the deception of like that Jezebel the Jezebel nature. So this is not I don't feel that this is like a physical person. I feel that this is the seduction of the economics. You know what I mean? Like the city of Babylon, you know, that's what it was all about, wasn't it? Greed and money and all that sort of stuff, and chewing up resources. And that's where the deception lies, and this is what somebody might be seeing, that all that greed and abundance is like kind of not doing it for them. And it's like they're in their head because now they're confused because they've been indoctrinated with that way of life. But what they're seeing here with this harmony spirit is less burdensome, right? It's a less of a burden to, you know, if you let things be as God created without having to manage everything. I mean, this is giving me natural resource management, right? Like managing all of the natural resources, but that means controlling all the natural resources, right? But see, the natural resource management is supposedly environmental protection, but it's not. It's managing the economic development of natural resources. You understand? And so this person here is finding it very difficult because they've obviously been entrenched with the ideal of having to control everything. And they're seeing, oh, how do I get rid of this burden? So something is a burden. And I feel that it's the continuous having to manage, and this is what this person doesn't get. And because they've always managed, obviously this person's been managing farms or something like that, and they're burdened from it. And but this is the thing, right? This is what natural resource management has done globally, and this is what the globalists did, was try to manage everything down to, you know, every human being as well. You know, like we're all here as commodities owned by corporations, right? In that control has just brought a burden, heavy weight to everyone, right? Whereas things can be managed in a natural, harmonious way, like as Indigenous people lived. It doesn't mean that people have to be out there, you know, like with their bow and arrow and shit. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about releasing the need to control all aspects of the environment and allowing it to blossom as it does in nature, and allowing humanity to, this is where it needs to really, I don't know whether it's even possible with now that everything has been genetically modified and spliced into God knows what, with their experiments and trying to make things better. But, you know, so because God made everything perfect in the beginning, so, and then, you know, and humans decided that or the human state, or, you know, we call it Satan or whatever, decided that they, you know, this is like this lack of content and lack of gratitude to actually what one already has. So this is a philosophy, and it's not just a philosophy. It's a sustainable way of being, is to having gratitude of what is in front of us and how we use the resources in which we have around us. I've spoken about this so many times. About, you know, how we use what is there and given to us and appreciate what we do have, rather than always looking over to the neighbours and seeing that their grass is greener and then wanting to go and control and take theirs as well, when they can't even manage on their own little spot, you know what I mean? But they want to take it all of it for themselves. What was doesn't matter. Anyway, clarify this burden in the verse. Yeah, there's a victory in releasing that burden of control, or needing to control. The abundance, needing to control the wish fulfillment. See, this is balance. This is wish fulfillment. Totalness, wish fulfillment. This is the balance of the two, the masculine, the feminine in the nest there. You know, like naturally creating with the rainbow and the flowers, the cups. You know, it just brings in more cups. Yeah. This is nature, as nature is harmonious. Ten of Cups. Oh, and then we've got the King of Cups. So it's almost like this person has gone from a King of Pentacles and suddenly turned into a King of Cups, wish fulfillment. Oh, you know, like the father, the nurturer, the lover, you know. He's beautiful, right? He's gentle, he's now working harmoniously with nature. And we've got Three of Pentacles here, and see how he's picking the fruit. This is like collecting the fruit from what's around out. This is like gathering. This is and it's gathering, and it's like putting it in a mound here of what he's gathering and what is in front of him, right? Using one's own resources where they actually are, rather than trying to create a mass farm of those resources and then selling it elsewhere to bring in all the pentacles that you can't eat. You see what I'm saying? To have stuff, you know, like objects and things. There's the truth, Spirit says. Somebody's going into hermit, they're going to go and heal themselves. And this is also giving the shining light. Somebody's looking into something here. And we have the Hierophant. This is like spiritual enlightenment. Somebody's going within and they're actually hearing some sort of natural truth. This is the key. That's the key, right? Just what we've been saying. And in order to release burdens and release the judgment, you know, like that's giving me being able to balance their karma, you know, balance their debt with God. So this person who has been operating in this energy as a King of Pentacles, right, now is operating, look at the difference. He's gone from operating in this energy, look at that desolate and blood and, you know, like, to beautiful life and abundance. You see? There's a difference. And so he's gone from this gluttonous energy, or this, like material objects. See how he's got the big pendulum around his neck, and he's got all this stuff he's adorned with. And then he's gone to be the King of Cups, who's sitting on like a plain stone. There's not a whole lot of stuff around him, like he's more in his feminine energy with the moon here, and more in his emotional balance, right? This one here is like always wanting more. He's always looking for the next shiny thing. And this is it's like basking in the material. And here he's seeing more value in the love and harmony and, that peaceful Zen sort of energy. This is amazing. Wow. So this person's going within, and they're getting themselves in alignment with nature. Well, that's very cool. So this is the person that may be wanting to team up and compile this knowledge with the collective to bring it to the globe. This is what I'm saying here. This is huge. Look, working together to bring this, and I'm going to say ideal, to the globe. Returning to the nature. I mean, people have been speaking about this, but are they really? But it's been hijacked, right? It was hijacked by natural resource management because it was all disguised as being for environmental sustainability, but it was a disguise, right? And it was an illusion. It was more about the economic value of the natural resources. I mean, this goes back, like way back. Now, what was his name? Dan. 17th century, I think he was around. I can't remember his name, but he was. I can't even remember where it bloody came from. I need to go back on doing a little bit more research again, or just brushing up on my knowledge. I can't remember his name, and I think, that's right, he was a Roman, and he was studying the Germanian culture of the nomads, like all the Germanians, like lived harmoniously with nature, and he documented them and how all the different tribes, and they lived, just in like stick shelters, and they lived with the land, and then they would move on with the seasons. And then Rome came along, and he was Roman, I think, or maybe Venetian, not sure, but anyway, he his name started with a T, but he was the one who was first documenting and was promoting the ideal of controlling nature and making, and he wrote about, like cutting down all the trees and planting them all in lines so they could easily be managed for harvest. And at the same time, so this is what his goal was, but at the same time he was studying and observing the lives of the native indigenous Germanians, Northern European. And of course then that became the global agenda, was to cut down all the trees and plant everything in line so they could be easily harvested for economic value and personal riches. Yeah, and that goes back, way further. I can't remember the year, what that particular person was, anyway, I've got to do the research. I'm going to have to go back and do my research and find that out. I've been a bit, yeah, I've been neglectful in that sense. But anyway, this is what has come to my mind, and I've given you the basis of it, right? But yeah, but that's what we got right here. So he was writing. So when I was talking about manifestos and writing and compiling that information, oh my goodness, that's what's going on here. This is compiling that information. Yeah, I get it. This is very specific. For somebody here. But this could be the compiling of the collective's knowledge as well. This is the compiling of the collective's knowledge in this area of environmental protection, resources, and harmonious, sustainable living. I hate using that word sustainable because it has been abused, you know, and it's been infiltrated by those fake environmental agencies. Yeah, so there's some sort of accolades here for this creation, and it could start with two people here. Yep. This is amazing. Somebody had been left out in the cold. There was an injustice. And they're waiting for their ships to come in. These illusions have been unveiled by a magician that has the information. So the person that was left out in the cold is now being brought to justice. Yeah, they were sabotaged. We've got a Queen of Swords. And the lessons. Somebody might be saying that somebody hasn't learnt their lessons. In other words, somebody's saying that somebody hasn't learnt their lessons in conforming to the narrative. But you see, what this is the new narrative, or the old ancient narrative, or the ancient values. Natural law, ancient values, compiling the information. Ah, wow. So, what do we, let's, I don't know how to finish this. I want to just have a little look at these individuals here and just see if we can learn a little bit about these individuals in this narrative. So I want to clarify the Wheel of Fortune first, please, and the this is the I was going to say inability to conform. I don't think that's the right word, but that's just, and this is sad news for someone. The inability to conform. That's specific. Excuse me. Yeah, this is somebody who doesn't, oh, it got loud all of a sudden. This is somebody, the Two of Wands in reverse. Somebody is not desirous, right, for this narrative to come to fruition. Who is this High Priestess in reverse? So, and I feel that this is who this is. The High Priestess in reverse, I think she came out as the Queen of Wands before, is not desiring for this narrative, and this person may be ill. The gift of illness. So this High Priestess is bringing a gift, this High Priestess in reverse, right? And this is, like I said, it's not an individual, it is the narrative that has been swallowed, and it is bringing the gift of illness. So we were talking about the genetic modifications and all that kind of thing, you know, like the manipulation of the natural seeds and all that kind of thing. And it's bringing the gift of illness. Now, just remember, bear in mind that my readings are not premeditated. I have no agenda personally, although I do have preferences for my own ideals, right? But I'm not, the narratives come out, or the cards come out as they will, as I am channeling, right? This is not a preconceived message. So clarify this Knight of Cups, please, Spirit. So this is something unofficial. So somebody may want to move forward towards somebody to make a partnership unofficially. And this could be somebody that somebody does not know. Clarify the Page of Swords in reverse. Or this could be knowledge that somebody doesn't know, and it could be, they could be like asking for the knowledge or something like that. The Pentacles, a lot of money and grief. So somebody is not grieving the money. Yeah, so this is not conforming to the material. So somebody does not grieve the money, you know, like that. It's not a loss. It's not an issue, right? So this is possibly somebody that does have a lot of money, because generally people who don't have a lot of money are usually the ones that long for it. You know what I mean? They're the ones that are hungry for it. Those that are wealthy generally, you know, they've already got everything, so they don't really think about it, you know, and then it just comes, and then it, you know, once people have got money, it kind of like generates all by itself, you know. But people that are in lack, that don't have, you know, the have-nots, they're generally the ones that have that drive to be trying to get more, you know what I mean? So somebody's walking away, and he's got a cup here. What is the cup? What is in the cup? What is the cup? It's an offer. It could be an apology. It could be a piece of knowledge. I'm not getting knowledge. It's a bit of love, or something. Something. It's like they've walked away from something, which I feel is this love of money, right? Because it's not brought them love. Right. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, it's not brought them love. It's just brought them this devil, desolate, bloody waters. Right? So this is this King of Pentacles. So clarify this King of Pentacles, please, Spirit. It's not his thoughts. Yeah, so this is something he doesn't know about. And this is so why is it? Yeah, so this is a long journey. So this is sort of like, he's kind of thinking, well, I've got a long way to learn something here. Or he's been doing for something for such a long time that he only knows that one way. Okay, so clarify the star. Clarify the star, please. Unfertile. Unfertile ground, I just heard, or this is sort of like giving me that unfertile seed, you know? Why does that come out with a star? Because she looks abundant and growth. So it's something to do with the child in reverse. So Knight of Wands. Somebody could have lost a child. Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands. Okay, so this Knight of Wands is coming out as a false person. So this is like, we've got the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands here. Remember they were at loggerheads? False person. These other two cards here. Occupation in reverse in a living room. And we have high honour. Was that child meant to come out in reverse? Oh, yeah, it is. Unfertile, false person. And then we've got someone in high honour with no occupation. Someone in high honour with no occupation. In a living room. So somebody could be seeing somebody with high honour, with no occupation. Somebody could be seeing this person as a false person, and they're dispassionate. I'm not sure about that. So this could be just what this Knight of Wands thinks, right? Is that somebody with this knowledge here about the like the person that's compiling the information is being seen as a false person with no occupation, oh, that's why. So clarify the Knight of Swords. So this could be like somebody labelling somebody, giving misinformation. There's pleasant news coming though with the a Knight of Swords coming towards someone. Clarify the Moon. That could be coming in the night. A good lady. So there's pleasant news coming to a good lady, or the good lady is bringing good news. Clarify the Eight of Swords. But this person's been labelled as bringing misinformation, and this could be the police coming and bringing jail to a good lady for bringing that information. Emperor, clarify the Emperor, please, clarify. Yeah, jail. Bad investment, clarify this bad investment. A house. Not heartbroken. Page of Pentacles. Journey. Poverty. And this is giving me the journey of poverty, like, or somebody's been, it's not poverty, it's that journey of, because we've got the house here as well. not heartbroken by this house or the loss of the house or like the material, right? It's not been heartbroken about the loss of. Well, this is like saying the house is about investment. Somebody's seeing it as a prison. Somebody's seeing a house as a prison. Their investment. They've seen something as a bad investment and a money pit, but they're not seeing something. So this is giving me the house, but this is not necessarily a house. It could be like property. No burden. So somebody wants to relieve their burden, but they don't want to end something. Six of Wands, Chariot. So the accolades are coming, or the success is coming. So something's coming. It's, there's some sort of like this, something not given up, right? And something's unexpected coming because somebody's not given up on something. 10 of Cups. On what they thought was a bad investment, but we've got murky thoughts about this 10 of Cups. So this is like this other new way of being with it that's not about material. This is where somebody's got these murky thoughts about that harmonious, balanced way of living with nature. King of Cups is in a living room. So, living room is giving me like stability, the living room, but I'm seeing like somehow an empty room, a rich man. Somebody's a rich man, but then we've got big luck in reverse. Rich man. They're most likely not seeing where the actual riches are. We've got unexpected money. Unexpected money in the actual natural resources there. This person's releasing the need to control, and then we've got a rich girl. So we've got a rich man and a rich girl. Bringing unexpected money from this change, this collaboration. And it's something to do with the collaboration of this information, but also of some sort of property that somebody thought was a prison and bad investment. Although somebody could be somebody had been labelled as a bad seed, a false person, but this person had high honour, and the pleasant news came that this person was a good lady with no occupation but with high honour, but they were labelled a bad seed. But it was quite the opposite. This person was very abundant and star energy. That may be actually relieving somebody to what they thought was a prison, which was their property. It's seeing something in a different way, and this person has brought this information to this person. And it's coming out as abundance, and it's unexpected. So he didn't expect that to be abundant. But, we've got abundance and unexpected. See, look, growth, these are all the cards. Look, growth, abundance, unexpected, right? From the information, co-creating with God, blossoming. But it's at this stage, it's at this incubation period. But by adding nourishment, look at all that abundance, and this abundance is unexpected. So how beautiful is that? Is there anything else in here? Where does this come from? Oh, all of a sudden the thieves come out. What the hell? So what's this thief here? Who's this thief then? Looking for big luck. They're hoping, so, and then we've got a thief hoping for big luck. I don't know why that just came out, but we might need to pull a card or two on that. What the hell? That was very random how that just popped out. Yeah. Okay, let's have a look. I'll just pull something else on this. Let's just have a little look here at what this thief is. Clarify that. It could be a thief of hope. Clarify this thief. Somebody wants to steal someone's work. Okay. So somebody's wanting to steal somebody's narrative, somebody's compilation, and they don't care. That's what this is. Wow. Hang on. I'm gonna read that card. The Nine of Cups. Somebody's almost compiled something here and somebody wants to steal it. So be careful, collective, if you're compiling something here. It's actually a very, very successful, I was just about to hear operation, but somebody here is lusting. This could be somebody from the past, and longing, because we've got a lustful, longing person here, is not nostalgic about someone. They just want to steal what they've compiled. They might be coming in with lustful energy, but they want big luck. They want the resources or something. We have a Queen of Wands. There she is again. I feel this might be this a High Priestess in reverse, maybe. Illusions. Somebody's bringing illusions. I'm not sure whether this Queen of Wands here is coming out as the collective, like this is like a businesswoman, or it could be, but there's some sort of an illusions here that this person, so there could be an actual woman coming in that's bringing some illusions from or for a King of Cups in reverse. Somebody that wants somebody's compilation or manifesto for themselves, and they may be sending in a Queen of Wands who could be a businesswoman to bring illusions. So what are these illusions? It's to steal somebody's compilation here. Yeah, look, 10 of Swords. We've got 10 of Swords and a 3 of Pentacles. So there could be a woman sent to somebody to deceive. They're just there to take the 10 of Swords or take someone out of a house. Take somebody out of a house, somebody off of a property, out of a business. Somebody wants to backdoor someone. So it's almost like somebody creating something and then this other person coming in with lustful energy, maybe towards this Emperor here, to steal whatever's been compiled, whatever's been done, whatever's been created. So if you relate to this or you resonate with this story, be aware. It could be a missed opportunity for this person, or it could actually land the collective with missed opportunity. So 4 of Cups, this is a thief. Somebody's not moving to calmer waters, so they're not giving up. That could be you or them on this Ace of Pentacles. Somebody could be coming to bring in a pentacle, waiting for their ships to come in. So this is almost like somebody investing in and then waiting for the results. So somebody could be coming in with, like a pentacle or some sort of offer to be able to gain more back. So like an investment, right? But I wouldn't trust this person. 3 of Wands. Yeah, we got the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody not gonna, hang on, 2 of Pentacles. A Queen of Pentacles and a Knight of Wands. So this Queen of Pentacles is coming in quickly, impulsively, maybe to invest. It's a feminine energy, coming in quick to invest. Clarify this Queen of Pentacles. So it could be a Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. They want the 10 of Pentacles. So it's going from 1 pentacle to the 10 of Pentacles. So this is the investment, the 1 pentacle, this is 1 share to get the 10, right? Somebody's seeing the value of something here. And somebody's burden. So clarify more about this Queen of Pentacles, a Knight of Swords in reverse. This is not a good energy here. They clarify this Knight of Swords. There's a lies. Look. Clarify this lies. There's no conflict, but there's lies. So they could be really sleazy. Like they could be really laying it on thick, something to get someone to, woo someone into, I don't know, allowing them to invest. Somebody's got their boundaries up, yeah. And then we've got the Magician. So about the Magician here, somebody's got their boundaries up too. So this is like getting the stalker vibe. There's a liar, deceitful person here. So this could be a feminine energy and have got 2 knights with them. It could have 2 younger men with a woman, possibly. They're coming in to deceive. But somebody's got their guard up. They want something. They're coming in with love. Ace of Cups. Yeah, what did I say? They're coming to love bomb. Yeah, they want a victory. And the Wounded Warrior in reverse. They're love bombing and they are not getting their lessons. We have a King of Wands and a Queen of Cups in reverse. So we have a King of Wands, could be a business person, and then we've got a Queen of Cups, who could be like, you know, over emotional, like not very, I'm not sure which way that should go. Yeah, this is giving me the love, too lovey, you know what I mean? Like somebody coming in, they might be coming towards this King of Swords, it could be this Emperor, who could be coming in all like lovey, right? Wooing the Emperor from the good lady here that they wanted to co-create with. There's another woman coming that's going to come and woo this person and try and get behind the good lady that they want to co-create with on this property or whatever. Trust. The King of Pentacles is going to give, they want to give to this situation. It's not about, it's not a lustful, there's no burden of, it's not like it's not a sexual partnership, it's a business partnership. And this person wants to invest in the good lady that was labelled false person, that had high honour. And this is good news for this good lady. But be aware that there's this deceitful feminine energy that could be flanked by a couple of knights that is going to come and love bomb the king to move in on this good lady's investment with the King of Pentacles. Yep. But I don't feel like that's going to be successful. So let's get some advice. How are we going for time? All right, yeah. Let's just finish off with some advice. We'll use our Aboriginal Dreaming cards for our advice, please. Okay, what's our advice? What's the collective's advice in this situation, please, Spirit? What is the advice for the collective? What is the advice for the collective? What is the advice for the collective? Caution. See? It says, there is no truth behind the farce. Be wary of smoke and mirrors. Look closer and the illusion will soon melt away, revealing a sanctuary where only truth remains. So yeah, so you're going to see, and then we've got success at the bottom there. You are worthy of this success. Allow these feelings of accomplishment to fill you with contentment and self-satisfaction in your achievement. So, yes. So yeah, this person is going to come and try and love bomb the king to move in on the collective's creation, and but it's going to be they're not going to be successful, but the collective will be. All right. Resilience. Someone is protecting you from the truth because they are worried about your response. It's not their decision to make. You're tougher than they think. So this person, or this could be this king, could be holding this information back from the collective, that there is somebody in the background that may be already in their ear, okay? But the collective has strength, right? You need to stand up and have an opinion, because in this case yours is the only one that counts, because you are the one with the intellectual property, right? This decision will have long-term effects on your future. So yeah, persuasion is here, and so this spirit of persuasion is here. So this will be this love bomber, I feel. It's all about how you see this situation. If you're looking for negatives, you will find them, because there are many, but try concentrating on the positives. There are plenty of them too. So this is the collective actually being the advisor to this King of Pentacles, is to look at the bigger picture, the positive in this new way of being, and this compilation of whatever it is being created. Okay, one more piece of advice towards this negative energy in the background that is trying to steal from the collective. Can you just give us something about that person? Some advice as to how one deals with this. Giving the opinion. Joy. Be joyful. So it might be actually using a little bit of humour to lighten up, find the hidden inner child and have a play date. Laugh, be silly, dance and sing. It's time to have fun again. This is giving me this thief energy. So this person could be like coming in to the King of Pentacles all playful, you know? Or they could be coming towards the collective all playful and, you know, like... Clarify this. There's nothing wrong with being joyful, right? But I feel somebody needs to have the guard up here. Preservation. Yeah, this is like being a little bit more... This is pulling back and being a little conservative, right? Reevaluate this battle you are engaged in. A hasty retreat may be in order. Self-preservation may be the only thing salvageable. This person may get humiliated. They need to back up, Spirit said. Steadiness. Things seem to be moving slowly, but use this time to your advantage and gather your resources and build your energy. You are going to need them. So it is going to be busy. There is, this is the compilation of whatever it is. There's strength there. You have the strength. You need to stand up and have an opinion. Oh, this is this one again. In the case, yours is the only one that counts. This decision will have long-term effects on your future. And I'm going to add, because I just heard it, and others. So this is not just small, because I was saying before, this is going to affect the globe. This is going to be something that is going to be compiled and presented to the globe. And this is why this other person is in there, because they can see the value, but I don't think they know and understand the full extent of it. I think that person that's coming in all flirty and lovey towards the king is not actually even seeing the true value of what's going on here. They're very like shallow, and there's no substance to that person. Give us a bit more clarification on this King of Cups here, please, Spirit. The house. So this person is stable in a house. Yeah, this is the result, the main female. This is the wish fulfillment and not having to work. Somebody's going to be, yeah, this is going to be like being with nature. So there's going to be a meeting with someone. Expect a meeting. So, yep, expect a meeting. This King of Cups could actually be someone else, or it is the same king. I feel it's the same king, just developed. You know, redeveloped. It could also be another king. Take it as it resonates anyway. You'll know when the time comes. So Spirit said. You will know. Alright? So, okay, I'm going to leave it there, and I will see you again in the next video. Bye-bye. Have a good day.